What's going on, everyone? Based on recent reports that have came out, the Los Angeles Lakers are very unlikely to land a big name. Now, that doesn't mean that it won't happen, but just based on the word that is out there, the Lakers aren't going to land a Kyrie Irving, a Damian Lillard, a Bradley Beal, something along those lines. Now, part of that could be just the Lakers have done a really good job in recent years of just keeping things under wraps. Like, a lot of stuff gets out there, a lot of rumors and speculations, but the last few handful of deals that the Lakers have done kind of just came out of left field. But we do know that the Lakers are interested in another star, that there are talks about them trading the 17th pick, that they want to upgrade the roster to some degrees. And though the star route is rather difficult, right? Kyrie Irving hard caps the Lakers, plus the Dallas Mavericks don't really seem interested in trying to help Kyrie get to the Lakers, which makes a lot of sense. Damian Lillard, one, is he ever going to actually be available? Two, even if he does, he's publicly said that he would go to Miami or the Brooklyn Nets, which, in my opinion, basically eliminates any possibility of Damian Lillard going to the Lakers, simply on the fact that, like, if they have a choice, even for probably a lesser package, they would send Damian Lillard to a Brooklyn Nets team or a Miami Heat team rather than the Lakers. Bradley Beal, I do think, is obtainable, but do the Lakers want that huge commitment for a guy that isn't as much of a needle mover? But regardless, without the stars, there are some things that we know definitively are going to happen. For example, Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura. They will be re-signed unless some crazy, Giannis becomes available and you could trade these two to get him, or like Joel Embiid or something like that, which isn't going to happen. It's an over-exaggeration, but some people seem to take things very literal. But if things like that happen, then yes, the Lakers will probably not re-sign these guys and will probably trade them and go get that guy. But the reality is that's not going to happen. And the Lakers need to round out their roster. Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura do that, and they do it well. The Lakers were a plus 16.5 during the playoffs with both of these two, LeBron James and Anthony Davis, on the court. These guys are very young, very likely going to be key core pieces of the future for the Lakers, maybe even two very big pieces for the Lakers in the future post LeBron James and Anthony Davis. These two are locked to return to the Lakers. The Lakers are going to match whatever it is for Austin Reeves. It would kind of suck if he does end up getting a poison pill contract, but Lakers will figure that out later on down the road. Rui Hachimura, he's probably going to get a much more sizable contract than he would have otherwise, but I think he's worth the money. I think you go pay him, unless it's like 4 years, $100 million or something like that. But I think anything like 15 to 18 million, you pay him, you get it done, and now you have these guys. So that is something that I definitely see the Lakers locking in. You don't have to worry about that. Another thing that maybe not a certainty, but it is getting and trending very closely to that, is Chris Paul becoming a Laker. The Phoenix Suns are currently in engaged talks to acquire Bradley Beal, and Chris Paul would be a part of that trade based on those reports. If Chris Paul goes to the Washington Wizards, the Wizards are going to waive Chris Paul. The whole point is to move off of Bradley Beal's contract, so that way they can stem and do a rebuild and go that route, that direction. And that is, if that does happen, then Chris Paul is, based on reports and rumors, which make a world of sense, is heading to the Lakers. Now, there is always the option that maybe he goes back to Phoenix, or maybe he goes elsewhere. There are always those potentials, but very likely what will end up happening is Chris Paul will make his way to the Lakers and be the point guard of the future. Now, if that happens, then the Lakers very likely could end up trading D'Angelo Russell. That is something that I think is highly likely to happen if they land Chris Paul. Because if you get Chris Paul, do they try to go and keep Dennis Schroeder? Right? Because Dennis Schroeder would be a cheaper option than D'Angelo Russell, which would continue to give them future flexibility. And then you could have Chris Paul and Dennis Schroeder as like your 1-2 punch at the point guard position. You also have Austin Reeves. You also have LeBron James. You could flip D'Lo into, hopefully another quality piece, maybe something in the sizable department, such as a center, something along those lines. But obviously, the Lakers, I really believe that this will happen. This isn't really a definitive lock, like But this is something that I highly expect to happen. Not so much DeMar DeRozan, which you see on the screen, but trading the 17th pick. I could see the Lakers going and taking the 17th pick and going to acquire a guy like DeMar DeRozan, who isn't necessarily the big names, but he would be kind of in that third star category. However, a guy like DeMar DeRozan would be very cheap, right? He's set to make like 27 million, 27.5 million. That is what his contract is looking like for next season, which the Lakers could actually get there. They could get there without trading D'Angelo Russell if they wanted to, which is another shocking thing. So they could even still keep D'Lo if they wanted to, and have like D'Lo, Chris Paul, and DeMar DeRozan, which would be ridiculous. Defensively, be a little rough, but they could. They would have multiple options on ways to get to a DeMar DeRozan. The Chicago Bulls are currently shopping Zach LaVine. So if they trade Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan is very likely the next in line to go. Lakers make a world of sense. I think DeMar DeRozan is the most realistic player, the most realistic star for the Lakers to land. But even if they don't go that route, still expect them to trade the 17th pick for some type of rotation guy. Right now, there's talks of the Lakers moving back, which I think makes a lot of sense. Trading the 17th pick and a Malik Beasley for a Buddy Hield, the 26th and 29th pick. I think that that's something that can make a lot of sense. The Indiana Pacers really want to move up in the draft. This would give them an opportunity to do that. They're also in the process of talking about acquiring OG Anunoby. So would Toronto look at the 17th pick more desirable than like the 26th pick, something like that? Very likely. So you could maybe even work out a 3-team deal. I just expect something to get done at the draft day. Now, the Lakers cannot do a major trade. So we're going to have a lot of speculation between now and Thursday, is when the draft is the 22nd. So between now and then, there's going to be a ton of rumors, a ton of speculation, a ton of just like question marks, and just a wild week. Because the Lakers can't really do anything between now and then. So, because they can't trade the 17th pick until they have to basically draft it for somebody. They have somebody, oh, you want this guy? Okay, we will draft him and trade him to you. So that is something else that takes into account with that. But I fully expect the Lakers to re-sign Rui Hachimura, Austin Reeves. They're already exploring deals with the 17th pick, as well as Malik Beasley and Mo Bamba. I expect both, if not one of them, at the bare minimum, to very likely be on another team next year, and very likely through the Lakers trade. I don't see the Lakers waiving either of those two. Now, there are talks about that. Doesn't really make a lot of sense because the Lakers don't have a ton of flexibility. And worst case scenario, those are valuable expiring contracts that you can maybe look to make a move at the trade deadline for a team that needs to unload a guy or wants to get off of a guy, whatever. That gives you some flexibility there. So I don't see the Lakers just releasing those guys and just saying, okay, go to a different team when they have some value. Right? And even guys like Malik Beasley and Mo Bamba, right? Mo Bamba still is a big body that you could play and get a little bit of burn over the course of the regular season. Malik Beasley, if he can find a shooting stroke, that would be massive for the Lakers. Those are all important things. But anyway, just kind of wanted to give you an idea of like what to expect as far as the next coming week. Chris Paul has to be waived by the 28th of June, so expect that relatively soon. We're going to have a lot happening in the next week. So stay tuned, strap in, and get ready. That is only a week away from, and obviously, as we get closer to draft day, you're going to see all kinds of trades, all kinds of moves. That's where the Lakers are very likely going to make their moves. And then, Chris Paul, I imagine, is waived and probably makes a decision by the end of the month. I mean, the Lakers will probably have a good understanding and foundation for the Lakers by like the end of this month, going into July. And then obviously we have free agency and all that stuff. That'll be fun and entertaining in and of itself. Who can the Lakers get? What can the Lakers get? How much money do they have? How much is it going to cost Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura? All of that. A lot of questions that are going to need to be answered. A lot of just roller coasters that we're going to be on between now and then. But anyway, As always, this is a discussion, so I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? Are you excited? Are you pumped for this little stretch here this next week, and to see all the roller coasters and rumors, and what are the Lakers going to ultimately end up doing? What is the team going to look like? Are we going to be in a position to win an NBA championship? All those things I'm very excited for, and can't wait to get the answer to. Do you feel the same way? Let me know down in the comments.